Boston Bruins, they also had a trade deadline today.
Mm-hmm.
They acquired probably the best defenseman on the list. Would you say?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it didn't cost nothing, but it didn't cost
everything.
It
cost.
It was in between nothing and everything.
John Moore. The Finnish guy with the super long name, Vakanainen.
A first in 2022.
And a first in 2023,
A second in 2023.
And a second in 2024.
And a second in 2024.
So for a first to 2 seconds and 2 guys that really weren't in their plans.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't touch your roster, hey?
No.
Like you don't have to take anything off your roster.
Yeah. But I guess with acquiring Lindholm, we talked about this from like the first podcast.
Yeah.
Which was the Boston's defense is McAvoy and others.
Yeah.
Right?
Brandon Carlo's in there. You got some decent guys, Grizzlick. You got Connor Clifton. They're okay.
Yeah,
but they're not bad. They're way worse. Way worse.
But my question for you is like if you're the Boston Bruins and you actually want to make a run at it, which acquiring Hampus Lindholm suggests that you do.
Yep.
How have you not addressed your second line center situation?
Right. Yeah. Good point. No, it's a good point. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, because
apparently David Krejci's season's over in the Czech Republic. I was half thinking they would just like, hey, come on back.
Yeah, why not?
They'd have to put him through waivers and he might get picked, I guess.
Yeah, I would say that a team might be high on picking him.
Yeah. But yeah, so I guess that's true. So yeah.
Because your biggest issue this year has been Taylor Hall.
Right.
And the fact that he's not producing at an elite rate. And he's not doing that because he doesn't have the same supporting cast, such as a David Krejci around him.
Yeah.
And right now, according to Elliot Friedman and other insiders, Patrice Bergeron is undecided as to next year. He will make that decision.
Well, who
when
cares?
he makes
Who cares
that decision.
about next year right now?
Well,
today,
but that's what I'm saying.
You don't give a rat's behind about next year.
No, but you do in the sense that if this is the last year of Patrice Bergeron, then maybe you do touch the roster. Maybe you throw everything against the wall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if this is if you have
traded disgruntled Jake DeBrusk for who they signed to a 2-year extension today, which was really interesting.
Apparently that's to help facilitate a trade.
Yeah, I would think. And I mean, I don't know, but he knows. They know. If he's getting traded, it's already a done deal.
Right.
Like Don Sweeney probably said to him, look, I'd like to trade you, but I can't if you're not signed.
Yeah.
And so he says, okay, if I sign, you'll trade me? And Don Sweeney goes, yep, I'll do that. I would expect he would totally be a man of his word.
Yeah.
And he says, yeah, I'll do that. And then they trade him, but probably not until after this season. Well, no, of course not. The trade deadline just passed. No, definitely not until after this season.
Okay, third hot take. Sweeney's not trading Jake DeBrusk until the offseason.
I've said a lot of dumb things. That might be one of the dumber things I've ever said.
That might have been one of the more entertaining things you've ever said, to be honest.
Right up there. That's like right up there with, yeah, sure, Dylan, I'll do a podcast with you.
That was good.
That
was one of the better chirps you've ever made. That was one of the better chirps.
I think the best chirp I ever made, though, was when you said you worked out with a personal trainer and I said you'd have to get your money back.
Nah, that was too generic. That was the low-hanging fruit. Yeah. That was the low-hanging fruit.
Anyways,
anything more on the Boston Bruins?
They needed that guy on the left side. They got him. They appear to, I mean, that would have been the price of getting him. Would have been, yeah, we're going to sign you to an 8-year deal.
Yeah.
Which they did.
Yeah.
They're a better team now than they were yesterday. They just are.
Yeah.
They just are. But now I'm starting to think about, I completely had forgotten about that second line
center bit. Yeah.
Situation and the depth. And you go, well,
do you really want Patrice Bergeron playing 28 minutes a night?
I don't care.
At 36?
Yeah. Yeah. Cause he's really good.
No, of course he's really good. But I mean, just like, do you think he'll be toast by halfway through the first round?
No.
He
Not
plays.
him.
He plays
Not
a
him.
tough brand of hockey.
Well, he does a lot of heavy lifting.
Yeah.
Does a ton of heavy lifting.
There's no two. As do I every time I stand up.
Nice. Oh, so now you're just
Self-burn.
It's like a preemptive.
Yeah.
burn. Okay. No, like I mean, he does a lot of heavy lifting. He's, the penalty kill. He's counted on for offense. He's counted on for defense. He takes all the big face-offs in both zones.
Yeah.
In all zones. All three of them. And So
You'd want that if you actually think that you're making a cup run, you want that load spread out a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it is one of the comments actually we got on YouTube was saying that Nathan MacKinnon has proved it in the playoffs because he's had excellent performances and he's very high up there apparently in points per game. I have not verified that, but my response to that is that the playoffs are more than any other sport a marathon, not a sprint.
Right.
For hockey.
Win something.
No, but I'm just saying that you can prove it in one round.
Yep.
Just like I talked about with Claude Giroux. He's proved it in one, maybe two rounds, right? And Nathan MacKinnon's the same way. But to have a good playoffs, you need to get to the Stanley Cup final.
You got to
ideally
get to the
win.
conference final. Yeah, for sure. For sure. You got to win 2 rounds and get to that 3rd round.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy?
Tell me.
There's a very good chance that one or both of Tampa will be out by the time the 3rd round starts.
One or both of the Florida teams.
One or both of the Florida teams will be out. Like almost certain that one of them will be out.
It's going to be a must-watch TV for the first 2 rounds at least.
It's going to be ridiculous.
Playoffs. It's going to be a lot of fun.
So this whole trade deadline, and it's like every year, right? We always sort of tend to focus on, we get recency bias and we go, but like, what did this trade deadline accomplish, really? Not a lot. I mean, it's just so wide open still.
Yeah.
It's going to be so much fun to watch the playoffs, as it always is.
Yeah.
And you know what? People rag on the fact that, one of them is going to be out by the 2nd round. But my argument to that has always been, but you get that series.
Yeah. Whether you get it in the 3rd
you are
or the 1st.
guaranteed to get that series.
Right.
We are almost 100% assured. No, we are very as close as we can be to be getting assured that we are getting a Tampa Florida series.
Right.
And it'll probably be in the 2nd round, and they're both going to still be fresh, and it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Yeah. It is better to have loved and lost than never have loved at all.
Okay.
You don't think that's because you get the series is your point.
Yeah.
So even though the guy did the team that you say, they should have made it to the 3rd round that year. Maybe, but you got that incredible series that you would have wanted to see. So who cares if it's the 1st or the 3rd round?
Well,
I completely agree with you. They care.
And ownership does.
Yeah, no, of course they care. The guys that make the money off of it. But for you or I,
for you or me,
you and me,
for you and me,
I knew it.
Yeah.
As soon as I said it, for you and me, it's who cares? You get the series. I completely agree with you.
I want to get the series. I want to see the series.
That's hot take number 4.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm losing
I think
track.
that's hot take
I
number
lose
4
track.
for you today.
I got so many of
Yeah.
them.
I have a clicker that goes off automatically.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.